Namaste. Welcome, beautiful souls. Thank you for your patience this morning. Just let me adjust the camera a little bit higher. There we go. Also, last week I was not here and I was away. I'm sorry. With the new channel, it's not possible to put up a community announcement. So thank you. I hope you were enjoying the previous videos. And also, I'm playing with sound and whether or not I can actually do these live streaming. And so this channel is still a test. For those of you that have worked with me privately before on Zoom or in person in private workshops and so forth, I still am continuing to do that. So please reach out if you're looking to connect for private sessions. Today, we are going to work through part of the Pawan Muktasana series. This is a Satyananda yoga practice, and part of my intention this morning for doing the Pawan Muktasana practice is that I am very sore. I climbed a mountain on Monday or Tuesday, and I'm still recovering, especially from the descent. I'm sure a lot of you are aware that descent can be really, really challenging on the backs of the legs. And so we're going to go through Pawan Muktasana. This is a great series for the joints and just a general great stretch for the whole body. If you are injured, if you're feeling a little tired, I'm sure you'll appreciate this morning. So come to a comfortable seat. I'm sitting in hero's pose, raised up with a bolster underneath me. Come to your breath. Your hands can be resting on your lap. And if your hands are at heart center, feel the connection of the heels of the hands and intentionally connect each of the fingers, bringing the thumbs close into the sternum to the energetic heart space. Find the breath in the nose. Close your eyes. Bring the shoulders over the hips. Elongate through the back of the neck, through the back of the head. And we'll start this morning. I haven't been chanting in the previous classes, but I'm going to start just with a single Om. I'm going to elongate the Om through the 4 syllables, the 4 parts actually, A, U, and equal space for silence. Take an inhale, cleansing breath. Big exhale. And inhaling for Aum. Extend your arms out to the side. Inhale, reaching overhead. Eyes can be closed or open. Exhale, press the hands through heart center. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, extend the arms out front. As you inhale, raise the arms overhead. And when you're ready to exhale, release and open the arms. Inhale the arms out to the side. And exhale the fingertips. Let them rest gently on the shoulders. Inhale the elbows back. So shoulder circles. As you exhale, the elbows touch. Inhale, elbows back. And exhale, elbows touch at the front. 1 inhale and 1 exhale for each rotation. Close your eyes and just check in with the shoulders. Is one shoulder doing more work than the other? Finish the next exhale breath. And when you're ready to inhale, sweep the elbows forward, open the chest. And exhale, shoulder blades come together. Opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. And if you hear crackling sounds in your joints, Yes, there could be little bits of tissue, little bits of bone. Who knows what is there, but there is a there is air in the joints as well too. And so part of the intention of this series is to release the air from the joints. Hence the name Pala and Uttasana. Exhale. And what does happen over time, release the hands to your lap. What happens over time is that the rotation of the joints becomes naturally more lubricated as we make these movements. Not in the first day, but over time. Gently stretching the neck. So I'm going to be mirroring you. So you're going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. You want to keep open in the chest, not leaning forward or back, and elongate through the left side of the neck. Now play with the chin a little bit. Bring the chin closer to the collarbones. You might want to look up. It depends where you're feeling the stretch. Big exhale breaths. Imagine breathing in and out of where you carry the tension. And then move the chin a little bit further down. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out. If at any point you need to change your seat, you can change your seat. I'll talk about we'll be moving to a different seated position shortly. Finish the next exhale breath. And then very mindfully bring the head up to center. Take your time. Big inhale and exhale as the head reaches a neutral position. And when you feel ready with an exhale breath, lower the left ear towards the left shoulder. Notice how different this side feels. And again, play with the chin. So bring the chin a little closer to the collarbones perhaps, or you might want to look up towards the ceiling. Listen to your body. And close your eyes and just breathe. Feel open in the chest. Draw the shoulders back. Finish the next exhale breath. And when you're ready, bring the head up to center. And we'll stretch the neck forward and back as well too. So go ahead and extend your arms out to the side. Inhale overhead. And then exhale, release to the side. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Keep the heels of the hands close into the low back. Loop the shoulders up and back. Nice open chest. If you have the range of motion, you can begin to straighten the arms. Working the heels of the hands together. Right? So it's easier if I'm up with my hands behind my back. Of course, it's easier if you do this. It's more challenging if you keep the heels of the hands together. Loop the shoulders up and back. Big shoulder stretch if the arms are extended. Now we're going to look up to the ceiling, okay? So inhale, opening up the front of the chest, the front of the neck. If you have any pinching in the back of the neck, just go as far as is comfortable. And then move the facial muscles. So open and close the mouth, the eyes. Stick out your tongue if you like. You can make noise, flutter the lips, make a big raspberry. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale. Return the head to a neutral position. Bend the elbows, release the hands. Inhale the arms overhead. Press the palms together. Exhale the hands through heart center. And then release. Now I'd like you to come forward onto your seat. And many of you will want to sit on something. So you can sit perhaps onto a blanket, just ever so slightly elevating the hips. something just like this. We want to be really mindful of the position. If you've done the other classes with me, I was talking about pelvic tilt. Well, even when we're seated, we want to be mindful of the position of the pelvis. Okay. Extend the legs out front. Legs are hip distance apart. Dorsiflexing the feet means you curl the toes towards the body. Okay, so we're gonna point and flex the feet with breath. Okay. So with an inhale breath, you're going to extend and then exhale, curl the toes towards you. Really stretching out the backs of the legs. Move with breath. Inhale and exhale. Press the heels away. Inhale. So the length of your breath is going to determine the length of time in each position. Now we're going to move into ankle circles. And again, we're going to inhale and exhale as the ankles rotate. So inhale and exhale. Look at your feet. Finish the exhale and then go the other way. Inhale, exhale. This is, if you have plantar fasciitis or anything like that, these exercises are so good for mindfulness. Inhale and exhale. I want to show you one more that is actually quite challenging. And usually it's done before the flexion of the ankles. And that's just an awareness of the toes. And I said plantar fasciitis, so I was thinking about this one. So can you isolate and just curl the toes only and then scrunch up the toes? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So inhale, curl the toes towards you, just the toes, and then exhale, scrunch up the toes. 2 more. Okay. So now we're going to inhale the right leg off the floor and exhale, draw it into the chest. Okay, so adjust your seat if needed, just to get your position right here. And as you inhale, you're going to press the heel away, dorsiflex the foot, and then exhale, draw the leg in. Nice slow breaths. Inhale. The leg stays off the floor. Exhale. Sit nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale. Got lots of energy in the leg. Press the heel away. That's your inhale breath. Exhale, draw it in. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to extend. Exhale to release. Okay, just check that out. Close your eyes. Feel the prana in the legs. Now we're going to shift to hip rotation. Okay, so this one, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see see at an angle better. I want you to hold on to, I'm holding on to my left heel. You're probably going to do your right first. Everything is at, if I go this way, can you see? I'm at right angles. So I have a right angle with my knee, a right angle with my ankle. My foot is active. Okay, so my knee is not bent down. It is at a right angle. Now I'm going to, with my inhale breath, take my knee over to the outside. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a rotation of the hip joint. Just like we were doing with the shoulders, you want to inhale and exhale with each rotation. Now go ahead and close your eyes and go inside the ball and socket of the hip. Finish your next exhale and then go the other way. Inhale towards you, exhale. Alternatively, you can have your eyes open and you can look at the big toe. This series taps into the mobility of all of the joints. It's a great practice, really at any time of day. Finish your next exhale breath and then go ahead and inhale and exhale to release. Other side. So you're going to bend the knee, hold onto the heel. And just like last time, we're going to go to the outside first. So you're going to inhale and then exhale. We're rotating the ball and socket of the hip. And so yes, this does take a little bit of strength in the arm that is holding the foot. Breathe. And if you have any questions about this series that I'm introducing today, just leave me a message and I'll do my best to respond. Finish the next rotation with an exhale breath and then go the other way. And I can respond with a video response as well too. This is a video you might want to come back to as spring emerges and we start to exert ourselves a little more. Sometimes we go a little too far. Finish your next exhale breath and then inhale to extend and exhale to release. Bring the soles of the feet together. And gently, very gently, just flutter the legs. Sit tall. You can have your hands on your knees if you like. If you're very flexible, the knees may come down to the floor. Now we have not stretched out the back of the neck, so we're going to go into you can make the diamond a little bigger. We're going to go into a tortoise pose. I'm just widening my seat. And when we go into this forward fold, you want to feel a little bit of rounding in your back. So close your eyes, maybe place your hands around your pubic bone, a little bit higher at your navel center, and begin the rounding at the low back. The chin is going to come into the collarbones. You're slowly going to forward fold. Hands can rest on top of the shins. Hands can go underneath the calves. Release your head, release your neck. You can use a little bit of arm strength to pull yourself a little bit deeper. And take some deep breaths into your kidneys, into your low back. Couple more deep breaths. Okay, very mindfully unwind, rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Guide your knees together, extend your legs. Come forward on the mat. If you have a cushion or a blanket, you can remove that and come down onto your back. Bend your knees. When I come down onto the floor, I naturally move my shoulder blades, kind of tuck them under together. There's some natural adjustments that we often need to make on the floor. One is the shoulder blades, the other is the tilt of the pelvis. You don't want to feel a strain in the low back. So sometimes you'll see me picking up my pelvis, shifting it forward, lengthening the low back, and then roll back down. Okay, we're good. Your hands can be face down on the floor if you like. They could also be tucked under your seat. If you're relaxed and you have some core strength, your palms could also be open to the ceiling. We're going to bend the knees, take the feet off the floor, and extend the feet up to the ceiling, coming into a high-heeled shoe foot called a flated foot. And we're going to inhale and exhale and bicycle circle. Start small. Watch the breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then you can go bigger. Inhale, exhale. Slow it down. Inhale, exhale. And then reduce the size of the pedaling. Little pedals. Inhale, exhale. Go backwards. Inhale, exhale. Watch your feet. The chin is tucked into the collarbones. And then go bigger. Bigger circles. And then smaller circles. Extend the feet up to the ceiling. Legs together, ankles together. Bend the knees. Hug the legs into the chest. Gently rock side to side. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring the feet together. My heels are quite close in. If you need to have your feet further away, that's fine. Feet together. Inner thighs together. Bring your hands underneath your head. Interlace your fingers. Adjust your shoulder blades. Adjust your pelvis if needed. Okay. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, lower the knees to the right and take the gaze to the left. Inhale, gaze goes to the center, to the ceiling, knees go to the center. Exhale, knees go left, gaze goes right. Glue the inner thighs together. We will do another supine twist towards the end of the practice. Complete on the left side, and then meet in a neutral position. Now we're going to do hip rotations, supine hip rotations. I suggest that you put your fingers underneath your seat And for now, you can keep your left knee bent and the sole of the left foot on the floor. You have an option to extend the left leg as well too. Extend your right leg. It's a little bit easier on the low back if the left knee is bent, right? If you extend the left leg, it's a little more strain on the low back. So listen to your body. Engage your right thigh, lift the right leg off the floor. Inhale and exhale, making small circles with your right leg. Make sure the foot is active. You can choose a dorsiflexed foot, a pointed foot, or a pointed foot. Just make sure the foot is active. Inhale and exhale. Increase the size of your circles. And if there's a big clunk in the hip, then make the circles smaller. Now reduce the size of the circle and then go the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. If your left leg is in the way, you can extend it. Use your breath. Inhale, exhale. This movement may be easier than the internal rotation may be easier than the external rotation. One more. Reduce the size of the circle. With an exhale breath, release the right leg to the floor, extend the left leg, open both palms to the ceiling, and feel the prana in the right leg. Other side, so bend your right knee, place the sole of the right foot on the mat. Fire up your left quadricep, inhale the left leg off the floor. Left active foot, so we did external rotation first, so you're going to go to the left, to the outside. Good if you don't have a wall to hit. Inhale and exhale. And again, if you have a clunk in your hip, just reduce the size of the circle. Eventually, if you practice this every day, it will go away. It's an amazing series for working with the joints. Inhale and exhale. Okay, smaller circles. Smaller, 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 smaller. And then go the other way. Internal rotation with the left leg. Remember, we're inhaling and exhaling with each circle. The foot is active. This is great for mobility in the hips. Reduce the size of the circle. And then release both legs, palms facing up. Take a moment, feel the effects of the practice. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And then come to stillness. And now we're going to rock forward and back. If you need, you can place your hands underneath. Okay. We're going to inhale up to our seats. We're not going to come up to standing. So just do a couple of rocks back and forth, nourishing the spine. And then come up to your seat and go ahead and extend your legs. And if you feel that the blanket really supported the practice before, go ahead and put the blanket back underneath your hips. Okay. Legs are hip distance apart. We're going to work on the mobility of the waist. So, and more hip stuff. Place your thumb inside. We're going to do like a bit of a rowing motion. So I've got a thumb inside and then curling my fingers around. Active legs, so the toes are curled towards me, stretching out my hamstrings and calves. And I'm going to inhale, reach up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw the fists up, the legs, reaching all the way up. Inhale, and exhale. You can follow the hands. Keep your eyes on your hands. Exhale. Big exhale breath. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. So bring your fists into your waist. And then we're going to inhale down the legs and up. And then exhale down the body and down the legs. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Big exhale breath. And then just stay down. You can rest your hands on your legs. The back can be rounded. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. And then slowly start to roll up, vertebra by vertebra, coming back to your seat. Okay, now interlace your fingers. Again, you're going to fire up your legs. And we're going to go in a rotation. So I'm going from my left hip out in a circle to my legs. And when I come back, I'm going to lean way back. So this is actually an exhale, inhale. Exhale forward. So when you're squishing the air out, inhale back. You can lean way back. Big exhale breath. Again, keep your eyes on your hands. Finish the next exhale breath. And then we're going to go the other direction. Inhale. Exhale forward. This one can actually, if you've got yoga pants on, it can take the pants off, sliding back and forth. Finish the next exhale breath. Release the hands. This time, let's bring the arms underneath the knees. So bend your knees. Slide your hands underneath the knee pits and hold onto your elbows. You can allow the feet to slide, the heels to slide forward. And just pause and forward fold. Release the elbows. Slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. And then bend your knees. Come to all fours. And then come back into child's pose. Yes, adjust your pants. Some people need to place a blanket between their heels and their seat because they're not able to sit like this. So what happens is this can give you some ease in the joints if you do this. It could be a cushion as well too. Okay, and some people like to place this right onto the heels rather than into the pits of the knees. Come into child's pose, walk forward. If the forehead is not ready to rest on the floor, you can bend your elbows and stack your hands and rest your forehead on the back of one hand. Or if you need to get higher, you can stack your fists and rest on a fist. In child's pose. A couple of points of awareness. Take the breath into the back of the chest. The back of the heart space. And alternatively, or additionally, you could place your hands onto your low back and feel the breath in the low back or a little higher in the kidneys. Roll up vertebra by vertebra. Come forward onto all fours. Come into the neutral position for cat-cow. Neutral position. Soften between the shoulders. Toes are tucked. Feel your core. Draw up from the navel center. Neutral position. We're going to go the opposite way, so starting in cat today. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, press away from the floor, pause in cat. Maybe walk the heels of the hands in just a little bit, stretching out the back. Breathe. Next inhale breath, shifting into cow. Looking up. Pelvis is nice and wide here. Again, soften between the shoulders. Do not lose the engagement in the low core. So feel your perineum draw up through the low core. Look up, stretch your eyes. And then go ahead and gently flow between cat and cow, moving with breath. If your knees need cushioning, you can have a double mat or a blanket, something underneath. Come to a neutral position. If you need to stretch out your legs, go ahead and stretch them back. So we're going to go into a shoulder stretch from this position. Bring the left hand a little bit closer into the center of the mat. Inhale the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, weave the right arm underneath the left arm and come all the way down onto your right shoulder and your right ear. Take your left hand and move your left hand a little further over off the mat and press into your left hand, rolling onto your left shoulder and your right shoulder and your right side of your head. Deepening the twist in the upper back. Bring your left arm in closer. Press away from the floor, unwind. Come back to a neutral position. This time bring your right hand in a little bit closer. Reach up with your left arm. Look up to the ceiling, up to your thumb. And exhale, weave your left arm underneath, coming down onto your left shoulder, left side of the head. Move the right arm over and then press into the right hand, deepening the twist, the stretch in your back rib cage. Move the right arm in, unwind, come back to a neutral position. Step the right foot forward, low lunge. Hands are on either side of the right foot. Feel the stretch in your left thigh. Take an inhale breath. Back toes are tucked. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Your hands are going to move back and you can come back and sit on your heel. Dorsiflex the right foot. Inhale up. Exhale back into lunge. Inhale up and exhale back into this hamstring stretch. Toe stretch as well too for the back foot. Inhale up, exhale forward. One more going back, inhale and exhale. Inhale up, draw the right leg back. Come into half plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Untuck the toes, inhale up to cobra. And exhale, release forehead to the floor. Cobra. And exhale. Two more just like that. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Tuck your toes. Press up and back to child's pose. Come back to all fours. Step the left foot forward. Low lunge. Stretching out the right thigh. Back toes probably better if they're tucked. Inhale up and exhale. We're going to pause on the first one. Just find your range of motion. You could also use two blocks here too. If you're not able to come this low, you can hold on to a block on either side. So with breath, inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale back. Move with breath. One more back. Inhale up. Draw the left foot back. Find your way into half plank. Find the strength in the arms. Length from the backs of the knees through the back of the head. Keep the elbows drawing in and lower down to the floor. Untuck the toes. And this time, let's extend the arms out to the side into what's known as cactus arms. The legs can be hip distance apart. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Shift the pelvis into the floor. And then inhale the upper body up, bent elbows. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Bring your arms alongside the body. Rest one ear on the floor. Soften your shoulders. Rock the hips from side to side. Bend the knees. Now we're going to reach for the outside of the right foot, the outside of the left foot. And if that is not in your range of motion, you can use a strap. And I'm going to show you, we can also do this one leg at a time. So release your feet. I'm going to show you one leg at a time. Come up to Sphinx pose. And so Sphinx pose, we're resting on our forearms. I'm going to bend my right knee a little bit higher. Bring your left arm into 45 degrees so you can press the upper body up. Now reach back. In this one, probably the inside of the foot is going to be more accessible. And press the foot into the hand. As you exhale, press the foot into the hand. We'll go back to both legs in just a moment. If your thighs are really tight, this might be a lot. If your thighs are quite open, this will be super easy. And then release the foot. Come back into Sphinx. Arms are parallel to the side of the mat. Press away from the floor. Soften between the shoulder blades. Right arm comes to 45 degrees. You're going to bend your left leg and reach back for the inside of your left foot. Use the forearm to press higher with the upper body. And then you want to press the foot into the hand. You don't just want to kind of hang out here lazily. Press the foot into the hand and resist. Use a little bit of bicep strength to resist, stretching out your left thigh. And then release, coming down. Now we'll try both legs again. Come down to a prone position. Bend your knees. Now we'll go for the outside of the feet. Outside of the right foot, outside of the left foot. Bring your forehead to the floor. Just stay here. Press the feet into the hands. Press the feet into the hands. Now leave the thighs glued to the floor and inhale the torso up a little bit. Shoulders back. Keep the thighs glued to the floor. We're not going into bow. Press the feet into the hands. Loop the shoulders back. A few more breaths here. And then release the feet. You can stack the hands and rest your forehead on the back of the one hand. Untuck the toes. Turn over onto your back. Knees are bent. Feet are wide on the mat. Rest the knees together. Open the palms to the ceiling. Take a moment to let the body integrate. Bridge pose. Heel toe the feet so they're hip width apart. Reach for your heels. That's about the distance you want to feel where the feet are. So you should be able to tickle your Achilles heels or your heels. Knees are not resting together. Knees are actively in a hip distance apart. Press into the backs of your arms and inhale the hips up off the floor. Walk the shoulder blades together. Walk the shoulder blades together. And you can stay here. This would be stage one. Pressing into the back, upper back, raising the hips higher. Chin is into the collarbones, no looking around. Stretching out the front of the thighs. Press into the floor, raise the hips higher. Breathe. Take an inhale breath. Let the shoulders release just a little bit, and then roll down from the upper back first. Upper back, mid back. Slowly, slowly coming down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees go wide. Feel the heels touching, the balls of the feet, the toes. And if your low back is cranky in this position, place your hands down on the mat, okay? Or the backs of the hands, doesn't matter. And then just shift the hips up off the floor again. Move the pelvis forward, tilt the pelvis, and then come back down, elongating your low back. See if that feels better. Guide your knees together. So we're going to bring the left leg on top of the right. Hug your thighs together. Eagle legs. Hug. I'm not tucking my toe underneath my calf, just hugging the legs together. Hug. Breathe. Same as the bridge posture. We're going to lift the hips up off the floor. Shift them a little bit over to the left and put them down. Keep the hug of the legs. The feet will move. The feet will have to adjust. And the knees are going to go to the right. Keep the hug of the legs. Big stretch in the back, low back. Open your arms wide. You can rest your right arm, your right hand on your left thigh, your left IT band. Open your left arm wide. Gaze to the left or the ceiling. If the wrapped legs are too much, then unwrap the legs and just stack inner thigh on inner thigh, knee on knee, foot on foot. Knees to the right, gaze to the left. If your pectoral muscles are tight, breathe into your pecs and soften. Soften.
Bring your arms in a little bit closer. Now you can keep your legs wrapped to come out of the posture. If that's too much for you, unwrap your legs down low. Okay. And then we're going to inhale up. Now remember, you've adjusted your body, so you're going to need to come back to the center of the mat. Guide the hips back, heel toe the feet wide, rest the knees together. Neutral position. 3 breaths. Heel toe the feet together. Right leg on toe. Feel the hug of the legs. Squeeze the thighs together. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Contracting and relaxing. You might need to hop the left heel in a little closer to your seat. Inhale the hips up off the floor. Shift them over to the right and put them down just a little bit. Keep the hug of the legs. Your feet are going to go to the right, knees to the left. Open the arms wide, depending on your space. On the other side, I suggested that the arm, so the left arm was on the right thigh. So you can do that, or you can relax it open, whatever works for you. For those of you that are right-handed, this side will be tighter with the pecs. If your right shoulder blade is way off the floor, walk your elbows in. Press your upper back away from the floor. Shift a little bit to the left, and then come back down. See if that helps. If you're enjoying the stretch, this is our final position before Shavasana. You can stay. Otherwise, walk your arms in. Unwrap your legs if you like, or bring the knees up, unwrap, adjust the pelvis back to the center of the mat. Setting up for Shavasana, you might like to place a bolster underneath your knees. Put your socks on, get a blanket. Remember the cues, the suggestions for the lower back and the shoulder blades. Now in Shavasana, legs apart, please, not together. You don't want to have tension in your thighs. The lower legs are completely relaxed. Feet are resting to the outside, ankles to the outside. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Arms are away from the body. Palms are facing up to the ceiling. And be aware of your face, your shoulders, your torso and arms, pelvis, upper legs, lower legs, feet. Be aware of all of the points of the body in contact with the floor. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, make those points a little heavier, softening into the floor. almost as if the weight of your body is creating an indentation into Mother Earth herself. Scan the body. Make sure you're releasing. Everywhere is soft, letting go. And you stay in Shavasana as long as you are able. And if you're ready to go on with the rest of your day, guide your knees towards your chest. Gently rocking. And then come to a side. And just rest on your side for a breath or two. And when you feel ready, come out to your seat. Observe the effects of your practice. Guide your hands into heart center. Coming into the place of gratitude, a mood of gratitude. It's naming a few things you feel grateful for. Hear the frequency of Om within and beyond, all around your whole being. Thank you so much for joining me.
Namaste, everyone.